Welcome to Swahili Kingdom, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Swahili Kingdom. Hello guys, welcome to Swahili Kingdom. And today we are doing, and this topic was suggested by Daniel. I hope Daniel you are around. And what is the topic? The relative clauses in Swahili. The relative clauses in Swahili, we have the one that uses amba, and the one that we have two. We use two types of relative clauses in Swahili, but they both mean the same thing. So hello Daniel, hello everyone. It's good that you are here. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. It. I don't know when this problem of volume will end, but I hope one day it will end. Will be okay again. Is it clear right now? The volume? Is the volume clear? Hello everyone, welcome. Is the volume clear? Please tell me if the volume is clear now, or I should adjust some things here. I hope it's clear. Hello, welcome guys. Please tell me if the volume is clear so that we can continue. Welcome, welcome, welcome. No, volume got better for a moment when you touched it. Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong with this? Tell me when it's fine. I'm so sorry. This thing is, I don't know what's wrong. I'm sorry, QIUZ. What's the problem? Is it okay right now? Please tell me if it's okay, or I remove these earphones. Please tell me if the volume is okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have removed the earphone. Okay, good. Let's do without them. Because they are disturbing us. QIUZ, is the volume okay for you? And the other person who is watching, is the volume okay for you? Please tell us. I'm so glad that Daniel was able to join us today, because he was the one who suggested this topic. Yeye ndiye alipendekeza mada hii. Na natumai atapata kitu ambacho atatoka nacho hapa. I hope that he will get, sorry I confuse you with Onyesha Mimi. Thank you so much for commenting. Onyesha Mimi. You have a nice name. You have a nice name. Or is it a username? Okay, let's continue. Welcome everyone. We were talking about tulikuwa tunaongelelea kuhusu relative clauses. What is a relative clause? And first of all, I said that relative clauses in Swahili, we use two types of relative clauses, but they both mean the same thing. But we have two of them. The one which uses infixes and the one which uses suffixes. But we were finished with the topic of noun. Yeah, we were finished with the topic of noun classes. Today we are talking about the relative. Welcome. Today we are talking about the relative, the relatives, what are they called? The subordinate. Today we are talking about the relative clauses. The relative clauses, which is these, that, those. Hello, Juan MC. Welcome. Hello, Daniel. I hope you are getting. You are the one who suggested this topic, by the way. So these relative clauses, the one that we have ambaye, ambao, then we have aliyekuwa. So you see the relatives that use the examples of the English relative clauses. We have that, who, whom, which, the book that, the boy whom, those ones. So those ones are the one that I want us to talk about, because ulipendekeza mada hii wiki iliyopita. Si wiki iliyopita, ulipendekeza mada hii Jumatatu. You suggested this topic on Monday, or you recommended this topic on Monday. Hello Daniel, can you hear me? Natumai unanisikia na umeelewa. So the topic is on not subordinative, relative conjunction. So I'm sorry, relative clauses. Let me give you example of relative clauses in English. Wacha niwapatie mifano ya relative clauses kwa Kiingereza. We have the boy who is eating. The boy who is eating. The boy who is eating. So the meaning of the boy who is eating is, I mean the who that is used is the relative clause. The who that is used is the relative clause. Let's see. Yes, okay. Thank you so much. The boy who is eating. The boy who is eating. The who is the relative clause. So how do we put the who in a Swahili sentence? We can't say mvulana nani anakula, because who in Swahili is nani. Who in Swahili is nani. Nani. Who was that? Who is it? Who in Swahili is nani. But what if the who is in the middle of a sentence? Like the boy who is eating. The boy who is eating. So that the who is the one that we are calling a relative clause. And I've said in Swahili we have two types. I mean they are used they are not types, but the one relative clause in English is twice in Swahili. We have two types, but you can use one of each of the type, but I think you should know all of them, the two of them, so that kama ndiyo mtoto ambaye anakula. Mtoto ambaye anakula. Juan MC has used the relative amba. Juan MC has used the relative amba and then plus ye, which is the noun suffix, which is the suffix of the our noun class. Mtoto is in the our noun class. Why? Because it is a living thing. Ni kitu chenye uhai. Ni kitu chenye uhai. Mtoto ambaye anakula sasa. Juan anatuambia mtoto ambaye anakula sasa. ameliweka neno sasa. Neno kwa sasa, hii sentence itamaanisha the child who is eating now. Mtoto ambaye anakula sasa. The child who is eating now. What about when you want to say right now? You'll say mtoto ambaye anakula sasa hivi. So sasa is now, sasa hivi, right now. A new vocabulary in the middle of the lesson. Right now, before we continue, sasa hivi. And then now, sasa. Just write that one down. Sasa hivi and sasa. Okay, let's continue. So I'm going to give you and the good thing is the suffixes and the infixes used are the same. I have said we have two forms of the Swahili relatives, but they mean the same. It doesn't mean that only one form should be used this way, or the other form should be used this way. Any form can be used. They mean the same, but we have two. And you should know the two, but you only use one. The one that you feel like is good in that sentence, or the one that you want to use. But you should know the two, because someone else might use the other one and you only know one. So it's good when you know the two. Ni vizuri kama unajua zote mbili. The first one uses the relative amba. Amba plus a suffix. Amba plus a suffix. And the other one has infixes. It puts infixes in between a verb. In between a verb. Okay? Like in a verb we have the person, the time, and then we will put the infix. The relative infix, the relative clause infix, and then the verb. For example, the word, the phrase anayekula. Anayekula. A is the person, he or she. Na is the time, the present tense, and then ye is the relative clause infix. Anayekula, and then kula is the verb. So that phrase means the one who is eating. The one who is eating. So let's go through the infixes and suffixes that are used. Na nimesema the infixes and suffixes are the same. It's just that it's just that we have amba plus a suffix, and the other one is infixed in between a sentence, between the time and the verb. But all those infixes and suffixes are the same. Like for example, for the our noun class, we have ye for singular, right? For example, one MC has told us here, mtoto ambaye anakula. Ye is the relative clause infix, right? So it is the one used in the ye is the one used in the singular, our, the relative clause infix used in the singular. So you can say ambaye anakula or anayekula. Ambaye anakula or anayekula, they mean the same. Okay, so this topic will be so much easy. Let me write for you the our relative clauses. We have ye for singular and o for plural. Ye for singular and o for plural. Our kiti ambacho alinunuia jana. Kiti ambacho nilinunuia jana. Yes, very good, very good. The chair that I bought you yesterday. Nilinunuia. It is nilinunulia. Yeah, nilinunua or nilinunulia, bought for. Bought for. Nilinunua, bought. Very good. Kiti ambacho nilinunua jana. A chair that I bought yesterday. I can see one MC, you are good with these things. Thank you for helping me. Continue helping me through the lesson. Continue helping me through the lesson. Okay, the our noun class, we have yo for singular. Yo is used as an infix and a suffix. An infix, for example, anaye kula. Anaye kula. And as a suffix in the relative amba. Ambaye anakula. Ambaye anakula. So, yeah, it is used as an infix and a suffix. Yeah, so it will be, let me write both of them. Let me write the infix, yeah, and ambaye. That is singular. Yeah, ambaye singular. Then we have o or ambao. O ambao. O ambao plural. So we have ye for singular and o for plural. For the our noun class. Our noun class only. The noun class for living things. Ngeli ya vitu vyenye uhai or ngeli ya viumbe vyenye uhai. Ngeli ya viumbe vyenye uhai. A noun class for living things. We use ye in the singular and. Hello, good evening, Emmanuel Mix Vlogs. Welcome, 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 Emmanuel. Hello, Maungo Mubita. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you will get something from this lesson. Welcome. So, mtoto ambaye anakula. Mtoto ambaye anakula. A child who is eating. Let me tell you a secret here. Ambaye, let me tell you the sentence order. Ambaye is put before a noun. After the noun. After the noun you will put the word ambaye. For example, mtoto ambaye. Mtoto ambaye. Mtu ambaye. Mtoto ambaye is a child who. Mtu ambaye, a person who. Okay? Mnyama ambaye, an animal. I already said. Mnyama ambaye, an animal who, or an animal which. An animal which. But you use the our noun class for all living things. Viumbe vyote vyenye uhai. Unless they are dead. Unless they die. We talked about that in the noun classes. So we have ye and o. Ambaye, ambao. Ambaye anakula, ambao anakula. Anayekula, wanaokula. Wanaokula. I have said where amba is put, it is put before the noun. It is put before the noun. And infixing the ye or the o, you infix it before the time and the verb. The time and the verb. Aliyekula, waliokula. Okay? Just like that. So that is everything about the our noun class, how to put the relative clauses. So it is that easy about the noun class. You have ye and o. That is all. Ye singular and o plural. Kama una swali lolote tafadhali uliza. Kama una swali lolote tafadhali uliza. Please ask if you have any question. Na natumai mnajua ngeli ya our, and I hope you know the our noun class because we have talked about it already. We discussed the our noun class already. Okay, the next noun class will be the QIUZ noun class. QIUZ noun class. Ngeli ya QIUZ. QIUZ noun class. Ngeli ya QIUZ. So the QIUZ noun class uses cho in the singular, then vyo in the plural. Cho katika umoja na vyo katika wingi. Cho katika umoja na vyo katika wingi. Mfano wa ngeli, kuna mtu alikuwa ametupatia mfano wa ngeli ya QIUZ. MC alitupatia mfano wa ngeli ya QIUZ. Kiti ambacho nilinunua jana. Kiti kiko katika ngeli ya QIUZ. Kiti kiko katika ngeli ya QIUZ. A chair is in the EV noun class. Kiti kiko katika ngeli ya QIUZ. Sasa hapa MC alitupatia mfano wa ngeli ya QIUZ, mfano wa neno na sentensi. Tulisema au tumesema, we have said, ngeli ya QIUZ, the QIUZ noun class, inatumia cho katika umoja, it uses cho in the singular, na vyo katika wingi, and vyo in the plural. Acha tutumie mfano wa MC. Asante sana MC kwa huu mfano. Let's use the example of MC. Thank you so much MC for this example. So MC said, kiti ambacho nilinunua jana. So amba you suffix cho. Amba you suffix cho. Kiti ambacho. What about when you want to write it, to write cho as an infix? You will write kiti nilichonunua jana. Kiti nilichonunua jana. If you notice, ni, li, after the time you put the cho, you infix the cho. Ni, li, ni is the person, then li is the time, cho is the... Hello Connie, hello Maungo Mubita. Hello Maungo Mubita. Hello Maungo Mubita. So I was saying, where is that example? Where is that? Asante, karibu. Karibu. Where is the example of one? The example has been... So let's continue. I was saying, kiti nilichonunua, a chair that I bought. Kiti nilichonunua, a chair that I bought. Kiti nilichonunua, the same as kiti ambacho nilinunua. So it depends with what you want to use. Inalingana na kitu ambacho unataka kutumia. Like you can see in that sentence, I have used the relative clause, kitu ambacho. It depends with what is inside. It is in the middle of the sentence. It depends with what you want to use. Inalingana na kitu ambacho unataka kutumia. Or inalingana na kitu ambacho unataka kutumia. Or inalingana na unachotaka kutumia. Okay? Inalingana na unachotaka kutumia. Au inalingana na kitu ambacho unataka kutumia. It depends with what you want to use. Well, if you want to use the infix, the one with the infix, or the one with amba. The one with the infix or the one with amba. So tumesema ngeli ya QIUZ inatumia cho umoja, inatumia cho as an infix, umoja, alafu ambacho, halafu tuna vyo, kiti ambacho nilinunua, kiti nilichonunua, viti ambavyo nilinunua, viti nilivyonunua, viti ambavyo nilinunua, viti nilivyonunua. Okay, viti nilivyonunua, ambavyo, viti ambavyo nilinunua, viti nilivyonunua. Acha niandike mfano huo. Let me write that example. Viti ambavyo nilinunua, viti nilivyonunua. Kama mtu ana swali, uliza tafadhali. Kama mtu ana swali, uliza tafadhali. Hii ni ngeli ya pili. Tushamaliza ngeli ya awa. Sasa tuko kwenye ngeli ya kivi. Kama una swali, tafadhali uliza. Tumesema ngeli ya awa inatumia ye na o. Katika umoja ye, katika wingi o. Na tukasema ngeli ya kivi inatumia cho katika umoja na vyo katika wingi. We have said the our noun class uses ye for singular and o for plural. The kivi noun class uses cho for singular and vyo for plural. Viandike. And we have two types. The one which uses infixes, and the infix is put between the time and the verb. The time infix and the verb. The time infix, what are the common time infixes we know? We have li for past tense, we have na for present tense, we have ta for future tense, we have me for the perfect tense. So the infix is put between the time and the verb. And for amba, you suffix it. You write amba and then you suffix it with the infix that we are talking about. Okay, they are all the same. They are the same, but you choose which one you want to use. Unachagua ile ambayo unataka kutumia. Unachagua ile ambayo unataka kutumia. So tuendeleeni. Let's continue. We have the other noun class, which is li ya. The liya noun class. The liya noun class. Liya noun class. Liya noun class uses lo for singular, and yo for plural. Ngeli ya liya inatumia lo katika umoja na yo katika wingi. Lo katika umoja na yo katika wingi. Mtu mmoja tupatie mfano katika ngeli ya liya. Mtu mmoja tupatie mfano mmoja katika ngeli ya liya. Tutengeneze nayo sentence. One person to give us an example, a noun example in the liya noun class. We make a sentence. We form a sentence. Mtu mmoja tupatie mfano katika ngeli ya liya, tutengeneze sentensi. Liya. Mtu mmoja tupatie mfano. One person to give us a noun example. A noun in the liya noun class. We form a sentence. Because we have said liya uses lo for singular, and yo for plural. Liya uses lo for singular, and yo for plural. Okay, let's use the word gari. Gari. Gari is a vehicle. Gari is a vehicle. And it is in the liya noun class. Gari is in the liya noun class. So let's say gari ambalo limeondoka. Gari, I'm using the me tense, the perfect tense, present perfect tense. Gari ambalo limeondoka. A vehicle, vehicle that has left. Gari ambalo limeondoka. A vehicle that has left. Gari ambalo. My connection fails me, that's why I don't seem to be. So sorry, maungo mubita. I'm so sorry for that. I don't know what's wrong with the connection. I hope you will understand something in this lesson, or if you won't be able to get anything in this lesson, maybe you will check it later. I will put timestamps on this lesson. I will put timestamps for each lesson for each relative clause. So tulikuwa tunatumia gari ambalo limeondoka, a vehicle that has left. Gari ambalo limeondoka. Where is the relative clause? We have that ambalo. And what if we want to use the lo as an infix? We will say gari lililo gari lililo ondoka. Gari limelo. No, you cannot use what do you want to say? Something to note. You cannot use an infix with the me tense. You cannot use an infix with the me tense. So maybe that's why they introduced the two types. No, it cannot be like that. That's why I'm telling you this right now. You cannot use the me tense with the relative infix. You cannot use the me tense with the relative infix. Please note that thing right now. Please note that thing right now. You cannot use the me tense with a relative infix. You will only use amba, gari ambalo. So that's why I'm saying maybe that's why Swahili has two ways, because you can, like, for instance here, you cannot use the me and the lo tense, or just any other place. You cannot use the me with the relative infix, but you can use it with ambaye. With amba, I mean ambaye is only for people. So gari ambalo limeondoka, but it cannot be gari limelondoka. No, that one is wrong. So please note, you cannot use the me tense with a relative infix. You will only use it with amba. You will only use it with, let me write, you only use the me tense with amba. You only use the me tense with amba. You only use the me. What have I written? Oh my god. You cannot use the me tense with, you only use the me tense with amba. You cannot use the me tense with an infix, a relative infix. A relative infix cannot be used with the me tense. So gari ambalo limeondoka. Gari ambalo limeondoka. Magari ambayo yameondoka. Magari ambayo magari ambayo yameondoka. Gari ambalo limeondoka, magari ambayo yameondoka. You cannot say magari yamelondoka. I mean magari yameondoka. No, that one is wrong. So may tense cannot be used with a relative infix. Only use amba with the suffix. Only use amba with the suffix. So gari ambalo limeondoka, a vehicle that has left. Magari ambayo yameondoka, vehicles that have left. Vehicles that have left. You use lo for singular and yo for plural. Lo for singular and yo for plural. That's it. Kuna mtu yote ambaye ana swali ama tuende katika ngeli nyingine? With the may tense you cannot use the relative infix. You must use the amba plus relative suffix. Yes, perfect explanation. Asante sana Daniel. You cannot use the may tense with the relative infix. You must use the amba plus relative suffix instead. Thank you so much for the explanation. Asante sana. Asante sana kwa maelezo yako. So, tumeongea kuhusu ngeli ya awa, kivi na lia. Natumai umeandika vitu vyote. I hope you have written everything. The next one we have easy. The next one, please tell me if I'm fast. Tafadhali niambieni kama ninaenda kwa haraka au kama ninazungumza haraka haraka. Tafadhali niambieni. So we have easy. Tafadhali niambieni kama ninazungumza haraka haraka, niende kwa mwendo wa pole pole, au kama ninazungumza kwa mwendo wa aste aste. Kama ninazungumza kwa mwendo wa aste aste. Are there any other verb tenses where you can't use the infix? Okay. Swali zuri sana, swali zuri sana. So can I give you a task, Dan, please? Tafadhali andika what are they called? Please write all the tenses. Please write all the tenses and let's see which tense cannot go with the relative infix. Please write all the tenses and let's see which tense cannot go with the relative, because I have said for present, past, future and the present perfect, and you have seen that the present perfect cannot. The present perfect cannot, but the other three can. The other three can. So please Daniel, tuandikie what are they called? Write for us all the tenses. Tuandikie tenses zote au wakati, tuandikie wakati wote wa hivyo vitu. Tuandikie wakati wote wa hivyo vitu, alafu tuone ni wakati upi haufai kwenda na the infix, the relative clause infix. Tuandikie, because I've talked about the present, past, future, present perfect. We also have the conditional. We have a lot of tenses. So please Daniel, you can write for us and we continue. So can we continue with the easy noun class as Daniel writes? And as soon as he finishes to write, we will go to that one directly before we continue with the easy noun class. Asante sana Dan kwa kukubali kutuandikia. Thank you so much Daniel for writing for us. Okay, the easy noun class uses yo for singular yo singular, yo for singular, and zo for plural. I have seen it, Daniel. Let's go right to it right now. So we have na. Na is for the present tense, na for the present tense, li for the past tense, me for the present perfect, ta for the future tense, hu for the habitual tense, ka for an action, that for a consecutive action, ku for an infinitive, negatively. What is the which is the negatively? And then we have C for the negative command tense. Let's go through them first. Na uses it. Na uses the relative infix. Anayekula. Anayekula. Na uses it. Anayekula, the one who is eating. Li uses the relative infix. Aliyekula. Aliyekula, the one who ate. Past tense. Me does not. Me does not. We have said me does not. Me is the present perfect. It does not use the it does not use the infix. Oh yeah, also key. Yeah, also the key tense. We also have the key tense. So we have said na uses it, li uses it, me does not use it. Me does not use it. Ta uses it. Ta is the future tense. Atakaye kula. Atakaye kula. The one who will eat. The one who will eat. Another tense that does not use the relative infix is the who tense. Who is the habitual tense. Hello, jambo vadency. Karibu sana. Karibu. So let's continue. Who is a tense, the habitual tense, and it doesn't use the relative infix. Like the child who usually eats. Mtoto ambaye hula. Mtoto ambaye hula. So me and who can only use amba. Me and who can only use amba. Ambaye hula. Ambaye amekula. I hope you are noting that. I hope you are noting that. Natumai mnaandika vitu ambavyo ninasema. Me and who cannot use the infix, the relative infix. They only use amba. The next one is ka. Let's form a sentence with ka. Could you give me a sentence with ka? Nipatieni sentensi ambayo inakaa. Alikuja akaniambia. Alikuja akaniambia. Acha niandike hapa. Alikuja. You can say halafu. Let me put it in bracket. Halafu akaniambia. Alikuja halafu akaniambia. You can say halafu, but nowadays halafu is omitted. People will just say alikuja akaniambia. He came then told me. So this one does not, the tense does not use the infix, or even these other, the infix is supposed to be in the first phrase. The first phrase that we have talked about, that we have said alikuja, that is the one that is supposed to have ka, because the ka infix usually has two sentences, two actions following each other. Like this one, alikuja akaniambia. He came then told me. So there is coming and there is telling, two actions. So the relative clause should always be in the first phrase. So here it will be aliyekuja akaniambia, the one who came and told me, or ambaye alikuja akaniambia, the one who came and told me. So the car infix does not have the relative, any relative. You cannot say alikuja ambaye akaniambia. No, that one is wrong. It has to be before the first phrase. Here tumesema kuna neno kuja, to come, and ambia, to tell. Alikuja akaniambia, he came and then told me. So the relative should always be in the first phrase. Akaniambia is not related there. It is on its own. Okay? It is on its own. So natumai mmelewa hapo. So akaniambia, there is no discussion. It is on its own. Okay. Let's continue. The ku is an infinitive. When you attach ku to a verb, for example, the word cheza. The word cheza is play. Cheza, play. But when you attach a ku for it to sound kucheza or to become kucheza, it becomes to play. So ku forms a gerund or an infix in Swahili. Ku forms a gerund or an infix. What is a gerund? A gerund is the ing word. A gerund is the ing word. So ku forms a gerund and shifts. Oh, where is the end? A gerund and infix. Ku forms a gerund and infix in Swahili. A gerund is the ing word in Swahili. For example, playing, dancing, cooking, eating. Those are the gerunds. And what's an infinitive? What have I written? Ku forms a gerund and an infinitive, and I have written an infix. Ku forms a gerund and an infinitive. So an infinitive is a word in English that has a to. For example, to play, to dance, to pray, to eat, all those. That is an infinitive. Then a gerund is the ing word. And ku is a word that, ku is a prefix that forms those words. So that does it use the prefix or the amba? I think it doesn't. Why? Let's form one sentence. Let's say the child who is playing. When you use it as a gerund, it will when you use it as a gerund, it will use the relative infix. For example, the child who is playing. Mtoto ambaye, no, that one will be in the present tense. Mtoto ambaye anacheza. Mtoto ambaye anacheza. Let's use the ku with the gerund. Mtoto ambaye kucheza. No, it can't. Mtoto ambaye kucheza. Mtoto ambaye kucheza. No, it can't. So the ku is out of there. The ku is out of there. The ku cannot be used with the relative infix, either amba or the infix itself. Because you cannot say mtoto kuyecheza. Mtoto yeku. No, it doesn't add up. So we omit the ku. Let's go to the li negative. An example of a li negative. Daniel, please give us an example of the li negative. For example, gari limeoshwa. Gari limeoshwa. Gari limeondoka. No, we say that me. I didn't mean the ku of the gerund infinitive. I mean the ku of the negative past tenses. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The ku, I meant the ku of negative past tense, i.e. the negative of the li. I meant the ku of the negative past tense, i.e. kucheza the ku of the negative, kuimba kutoimba. No, kuimba of the past tense, niliimba si kuimba. That ku, niliimba si kuimba. Ambaye aliimba, ambaye hakuimba. Ambaye, you can use when a sentence can use amba or the infix in the present, it can be used in the positive, it can be used in the negation. Mtoto ambaye aliimba, a child who sang, mtoto ambaye hakuimba, So please note, when you use when a relative clause, either an infix or the amba, can be used for the positive, it can also be used in the negation. Please note that when it can be used in the positive, it can also be used in the negation. So let's go on. If you have understood Daniel, please tell us. Kama umeelewa, tafadhali tuambie. Daniel. As we continue, as we go on. So, ku, negative of li. Yeah. Okay, we have done that one. Then C, negative of command. For example, kula, usile. Did you mean like that? Kula, usile. Eat, don't eat. Or enda, usiende. Mtoto ambaye aliimba, mtoto aliyeimba. Yes, exactly. Correct. Very correct. The child who sang. They both mean the child who sang. Mtoto ambaye aliimba or mtoto aliyeimba. Asante sana. Unafundisha vizuri, lazima kazi. Asante sana. Kwa heri ya kuonana. Onyesha mimi. Una jina zuri. Kwa heri. Mtoto ambaye hakuimba. Mtoto ambaye hakuimba. Mtoto no. Oh, I get your point, Daniel. Nakuelewa sasa. Mtoto ambaye hakuimba, mtoto hakuyeimba. Nakuelewa sasa. So that one cannot be used. The infix cannot be used. It will be mtoto ambaye hakuimba. But when you go to the positive, it will be mtoto aliyeimba, mtoto ambaye hakuimba. Yes, I get your point. Thank you so much, Daniel. Asante sana. Yes, so you see guys, there are some noun classes, or there are some tenses that can use both the infix and the amba in the positive, but in the negative they cannot use the infix. So be very careful with the infix. I would advise you to only use amba. But when you hear someone talking about ambaye, you will know it is the same as amba. So just know about the infix, but use amba, because amba is safe. Amba is safer. Okay, acha tuendelee. Ngeli ya easy. nilikuwa nimeandika hapa hivi, ngeli ya izi. Ngeli ya izi inatumia yo katika wingi, katika umoja, yo katika umoja na zo katika wingi. Yo katika umoja na zo katika wingi. Yo katika umoja na zo katika wingi. Mtu atupatie mfano mmoja wa ngeli ya katika ngeli ya izi. Someone to give us an example of a noun in the easy noun class. Someone to give us an example, or let me give you an example. An example is the noun ngoma. Ngoma is in the easy noun class. Ngoma is a drum. Ngoma is a drum. Ngoma is a drum. Ngoma ambayo imepotea. Ngoma ambayo imepotea. Acha niandike ngoma ambayo imepotea. Then ngoma iliyopotea. A drum, ngoma ambayo imepotea, ngoma ambayo imepotea, ngoma iliyopotea. A drum that has gotten lost. No, I have used two tenses here. I realize I have used two tenses here because I said me cannot use the infix, so I use the past tense here. So let's just use it like that. Ngoma ambayo imepotea, it is a present perfect tense, imepotea. But ukitaka kuisema kwa wakati uliopita, utasema ngoma ambayo ilipotea. Ngoma ambayo ilipotea. A drum that got lost. Ngoma iliyopotea. A drum that got lost. Let's negate it. Ngoma ambayo haikupotea. Ngoma ambayo haikupotea. Ngoma iliyopotea. Ngoma ambayo ilipotea. Ngoma ambayo haikupotea. Ngoma iliyopotea. Tumesema inatumia yo na zo. So ngoma iliyopotea, ngoma zilizopotea. Izi zilizopotea. Ngoma iliyopotea, ngoma zilizopotea. A drum, ngoma ambayo, mbona hapo hivi nimetumia wingi badali ya kuiweka katika upando, ya kuiweka katika huu upande mwingine, nimetumia wingi na ilikuwa inafaa niseme ngoma ambayo haikupotea. Hiyo imetoka kwa ngoma ambayo ilipotea. Ngoma ambayo ilipotea, ngoma ambayo haikupotea. Lakini me wakati wa me, the present perfect tense, hautumii the relative clauses. Hautumii the relative clauses. So when you want to write it in the plural, you will say ngoma ambazo zilipotea and ngoma zilizopotea. Ngoma ambazo zilipotea, ngoma zilizopotea. Ngoma, unapenda nyumba ambayo, ndiyo. Unapenda nyumba ambayo wanajenga. Unapenda nyumba ambayo wanajenga. Unapenda nyumba wanayojenga. Unapenda nyumba wanayojenga. Do you like the house that they are building? Correct. Perfect. Correct. Unapenda nyumba ambayo wanajenga, or unapenda nyumba wanayoijenga. Or someone can just say, mtu anaweza sema unapenda wanayoijenga. Unapenda wanayoijenga. Some people like hiding things, like they will hide the noun the nyumba, and they will tell you unapenda wanayoijenga, unapenda, or maybe if you have been talking about the noun, you have been talking about the house. This house is beautiful, nyumba hii ni nzuri, imetengenezwa vizuri. And then the person will ask you, unapenda wanayoijenga, do you like the one they are building, do you like the one they are building? So they remove the word nyumba. So just know when you see the infix, or someone can say unapenda wanayojenga or wanayoijenga, or unapenda ambayo wanajenga, unapenda ambayo. So when you see the subordinate clauses or the infix or the amba, just know what they are talking about. When you see yo, just know it is in the easy noun class. Yeah, it is in the our noun class, or it is in the our noun class plural. Just know it like that. Just like that. So the next noun class is the uu. Kama una swali lolote uliza kwanza. Kama una swali lolote uliza kwanza. If you have any question, ask first. Ask. As I write this noun class, uu noun class. A noun class with no singular nor plural. It is just like that. So you are saying unapenda wanayoijenga. Ndio, unapenda wanayoijenga, but they should be together. They should be together. Not wanayo then ijenga. No, wanayoijenga. They should be together. We should put them together. Unapenda wanayoijenga. Unapenda wanayoijenga. They should be together. Unapenda wanayoijenga. Do you like the one they are building? Do you like the one they are building? Unapenda wanayoijenga. Unapenda wanayoijenga. That one is correct. So noun class. An example is the word ulimwengu. Ulimwengu. Unapenda wanayo, yes, like that. Unapenda wanayoijenga. Yes, wanayoijenga. And e is the infix for the noun. It has replaced the noun. The e replaces the noun. So the noun is the house. We'll talk about those infixes one live. We'll talk about those infixes, the infixes that replace the noun. We have the ones for our, they are 6, specifically for our, and then now we have the other ones for the other noun classes. So the noun class, tuliongea kuhusu ngeli hii. We talked about this noun class. It is not known, or it is not known if it have a singular or plural, or just literary. As you can see it in Swahili, you cannot form its plural, or you cannot know if the word is in singular. So it is, and its word starts with u, most of them. So it was just named the uu noun class, or just the u noun class. So it only uses one infix or one suffix, and that one is o. So we'll have ambao, and ulimwengu, ambao, and ulimwengu, ambao, and o. For example, ulimwengu ambao, what will I say about ulimwengu? Ulimwengu ambao umeharibika. No, let me not use the metens, because we say the metens cannot use the infix, the relative infix, the relative clause infix. So let's use the li. Ulimwengu ambao ulipotea. Ulimwengu ambao ulipotea. Ulimwengu is a world. Ulimwengu is a world. Ulimwengu ambao ambao ulipotea. A world that got lost. So it will still be the same in singular and plural. Ulimwengu ambao ulipotea, ulimwengu ambao ulipotea, ulimwengu ambao ulipotea, ulimwengu ambao ulipotea, ulimwengu ambao ulipotea. It will still be like that. The world that got lost, the world that was lost. Ulimwengu ambao ulipotea. And ulimwengu uliopotea. Ulimwengu uliopotea. Ulimwengu ambao ulipotea, ulimwengu uliopotea. Between the time, infix and the verb. Li and potea. Li and potea. Ulimwengu uliopotea. Ulimwengu ambao ulipotea, ulimwengu uliopotea. Okay, so that is the noun class. Very simple. It only uses the o. The noun class, the nouns in the noun class are not known if they have a singular or a plural. They are just like that. So they use an o for the relative infix, relative clause infix, or with amba. The next noun class we have ui. Noun class. Kama una swali lolote uliza. Kama una swali lolote katika ngeli hii ya uliza. What does ulimwengu mean? Ulimwengu is a world. Ulimwengu is a world. World. Ulimwengu is a world. Ulimwengu is a world. There is this show called Malimwengu Nalolanikalu. Let me write it for you. Malimwengu Nalolanikalu. There is this show called Malimwengu, but Malimwengu is not the plural in Swahili. It is just used for a name of a show, but it is not perfect Kiswahili. You cannot say malimwengu. No, ulimwengu. So Malimwengu Nalolanikalu is a show that they talk about what is happening in the world, like maybe what is happening in Africa, what is happening in Asia, in Europe, in China, in all those places. So Malimwengu Nalolanikalu, it is just a name of a show, but ulimwengu does not have a plural or a singular. So if you find that show and you like watching documentaries, those things, you can go and watch and listen more, so that you can correct your Swahili listening skills. You can perfect them. With that. Malimwengu Nalolanikalu. Of course, the heading is not perfect Swahili. Like, it does not follow the grammar rules perfectly, because the plural for the word ulimwengu is not correct. But the words that they use in that show are very nice and they are very perfect. They are okay. Haujambo tiko polyglot. Haujambo, uhali gani? Mimi si jambo, sijui wengine. Hamjambo. Okay, you go look for it. You will enjoy. Malimwengu Nalolanikalu. Okay, nimemaliza kuhusu ngeli ya uu. So tunaenda katika ngeli ya ui. Ngeli ya ui ni kosalama. Asante. Tiko Polyglot anatuambia kosalama na anashukuru. Pia sisi tuko salama. Asante sana Tiko Polyglot kwa kujiunga. Acha tuendelee. Tushafanya ngeli ya awa, ngeli ya izi, ngeli ya lia, ngeli ya kivi, na sasa tumewadia katika ngeli ya ui. tafadhali jiunge nasi. Karibu. So ui uses o in the singular and yo in plural. Ui uses o in the singular and yo in plural. O singular, yo plural. Ui uses yo in the singular and uses o in the singular and yo in the plural. An example of an ui noun class, we have the word mwaka. Mwaka aia, mwaka miaka. Mwaka miaka. Mwaka is a year, miaka are years. Mwaka miaka. So can someone give us an example? Let me give an example in the singular, then someone give us an example in the plural. So prepare yourself. Anyone can prepare himself or herself to give us the example. I'll give you the example in the singular with mwaka, and then you give us an example in the plural with miaka. For example, mwaka ambao umeisha. I'm avoiding the tense because it doesn't use the infix. It doesn't use the infix for a relative clause. So let me use the li. Let me use the li tense, the future tense, the past tense, sorry. Mwaka ambao uliisha. Mwaka ambao uliisha. And mwaka ulioisha. Mwaka ambao uliisha. Mwaka ambao uliisha. A year that ended. A year that ended. And mwaka ulioisha. Mwaka ulioisha. Mwaka ambao uliisha. A year that ended. Mwaka ulioisha. A year that ended. So you see, it uses both. It uses both amba and the infix. Let's negate it. Mwaka ambao haukuisha. Mwaka ambao haukuisha. And mwaka ambao haukuisha. In negating it in the past tense, don't use the infix. Don't use the infix. So that's why I was telling you, avoid using the infix and use amba. Or if you see yourself, you can do good, you understand those things, you can use any of them. But as you are still learning, avoid using the infix and use amba, because amba can be used anywhere. But for instance here, you cannot use the infix for the negation of the past tense. Even for the negation of the future tense. Let's say for example, mwaka ambao utaisha. Mwaka ambao utaisha. An year that will end. An year that will end. You cannot say mwaka utayoisha. Mwaka utayoisha. So there again it is not used. There again it is not used. You will say mwaka ambao hautaisha. Mwaka ambao hautaisha. So you see, the infix has so many limitations compared to the amba. So if you are still learning, Daniel has given us the... Thank you so much Daniel. Asante sana. Mungu akubariki. Miaka ambayo inakuja itakuwa nzuri. Miaka ambayo inakuja itakuwa nzuri. Remember, mwaka is in the ui noun class. Ui noun class. Mwaka mzuri. Do you remember how we were talking about these things? How to put to prefix a noun in the ui noun class, to prefix the adjective. Mwaka mzuri. Mwaka mzuri. Miaka mizuri. Mwaka Miaka ambayo inakuja itakuwa mizuri. Miaka ambayo inakuja itakuwa mizuri. But congratulations, you have really tried. Your sentence is almost perfect. It is maybe 97. It is almost perfect. It is good. So it is miaka ambayo, let's see what, yeah, miaka ambayo inakuja itakuwa mizuri. Miaka inayokuja itakuwa mizuri. The year which is coming will be great. The years which are coming, you don't, because it is in plural. The years which are coming will be great. The years which are coming will be great. Tiko Polyglot anakupongeza, anakuambia hongera. Hongera sana Daniel, kazi nzuri. Miaka ambayo inakuja itakuwa mizuri. Miaka ambayo inakuja itakuwa mizuri. So that is it about the noun class. That is it about the noun class. So let's go to the next one. Or kama una swali tafadhali uliza. It is normal. It's very normal. It is normal. But as you are still growing in your, as you are still growing in your language, you will adapt. Yani utakuwa unaona ngeli ama utakuwa unaona nomino na unajua hii iko kwenye awa, hii iko kwenye izi, hii iko kwenye lia. You are going to tell me. You will be seeing a noun and you just know on the go. You just know that this noun, it is in this noun class. You will be surprised, I'm telling you. You will be surprised. Miaka ambayo inakuja itakuwa mizuri. Miaka ambayo inakuja. Yes. You will be surprised. In few months to come, you will be surprised. And I will be glad to hear about those stories. We'll even make a video on that and post on YouTube for people to see, because people should see your improvement. When you are improving, because language learning is hard. It is hard. But when you have mastered it, you are going to smile. You will smile. We will make a video on that. When you have surpassed all these things, you just know this noun class, this noun is in this noun class. Like when you see the word gari, or you know this is a lia noun class. You see chai, you know where it is. You see rinda, you see kitanda, kichungi, kitungu. When you see anything, you just know it's noun class at the go or on the go. So let's go to uya noun class. Uya noun class. Uya is from the uu and lia noun class. We talked about this. Uya noun class. Why is it called an uya noun class? Because it's singular is from the uu and plural is from the and its plural is from the lia. So uya. Hujambo Umoja Afrika. Uhali gani? Sisi tu wazima, bado tunaendelea kuchangamka katika somo hili la Kiswahili ambalo tunaongelelea kuhusu ambayo, ambazo, ambavyo, hivyo vitu vyote. So tunakukaribisha humu ndani. Karibu. Acha sisi tuendelee, na tunatumai utaandika kitu ili usisahau, uweze kukumbuka kila wakati. Okay, the uya noun class. The uya noun class. We say the uya noun class, it is from the uu noun class and the noun class and the lia noun class. That's why it is called the uya noun class. An example of an uya noun. Someone can give me an example of an uya noun. An example of an uya noun. Mtu atupatia mfano katika ngeli ya uya, because I have noticed I didn't write an example at the uya noun class. the uya noun class. I didn't write the example. Okay, we said the uya noun class has only two nouns, two most common nouns, and those nouns are ugomvi and ugonjwa. Ugomvi and ugonjwa. Ugomvi, magomvi. Do you remember how we formed the plural? How we said about its prefixes? And yes, Daniel saved the day. Thank you so much, Daniel. So ugomvi, magomvi. Ugomvi is a quarrel, and ugonjwa, magonjwa. So let's see the prefix or the infix or the suffix that it uses. Ugonjwa ambao umeambukizwa. Another new vocabulary, ambukizwa. Ugonjwa, or let me use ugonjwa ambao unaambukizana, like coronavirus. Ugonjwa ambao unaambukizana. Umoja Afrika nasema hakuwa anajua kuhusu ngeli ya uya. Umoja Afrika na kuelewa kwa sababu ngeli ya uya iko chini ya ngeli ya uu. Sasa hiyo ngeli haifunzwi mara nyingi kwa wanafunzi ambao wanasoma lugha ya Kiswahili kama lugha ya kigeni. Like a foreign language. It is not mostly taught to people who are learning Swahili as a foreign language. Uya iko chini ya ngeli ya uu. Ukitaka, if you want, unaweza kutazama video ya mwisho kuhusu ngeli za Kiswahili. If you want, you can go and watch the last video on the Swahili noun classes. We talked about the uu noun class, which has around 4 noun classes that are under it, and they are not they are not much talked about in these foreign language classes, in the classes that they teach Swahili. In classes that they teach Swahili, they will talk about about the six main: awa, izi, uu, lia, kivi, and which one do we have? And ui. They will talk about those 6, but the other 4, which are hidden under the uu noun class, they are not going to talk about them. So if you want to save yourself with that, go watch that video, that last video. Go watch that last video. So ugonjwa ambao unaambukizana. Ugonjwa ambao unaambukizana. A disease that is contagious. Ambukiza. Let me write it with an infinitive. Kuambukiza is to infect. Ndio, asante kwa maelezo yako. Karibu sana Umoja Afrika. Kuambukiza is to infect, like when you have a disease, you infect another person. I don't know the exact English word to use. Let me use an example. Sorry for that. For example, when I have a cold, and then maybe I sit next to, let's say I sit next to Umoja Afrika. I sit next to Umoja Afrika, and Umoja Afrika gets that cold. So hiyo nimemuambukiza. So that is what is called kuambukiza, to infect. Like when someone has a disease and they pass it to another person. Maelezo and maelekezo. Maelezo is the what, how do we call it, the explanation. Maelezo. Maelekezo is the leading, how you lead, the leading. Maelekezo. Maelezo is the explanation. Maelekezo is leading. It is from the verb kuelekeza, to lead. Kuelekeza, to lead. And by the way, I have just opened a new page. You can now buy me a coffee. The link is in the description box below. Just click the link and go buy me a coffee and support Swahili Kingdom, and I will be very much thankful for that. Thank you so much. So let's continue. We were talking about ugonjwa ambao unaambukizana. Kuambukizana is to infect each other. So infecting each other, the word becomes infectious. So ugonjwa ambao unaambukizana, a disease that is infectious. Infections. So how do we write it the other way? It will be ugonjwa ambao, ugonjwa unaoambukizana. Yeah, infectious disease. Kuambukizana. The literal translation is to infect each other. But it is infections. Thank you so much, the Tico Polyglot. Thank you so much. So how do we write it with the infix? It will be ugonjwa unaoambukizana. Ugonjwa ambao unaambukizana. Ugonjwa unaoambukizana. Ugonjwa unaoambukizana. Yes. We wrote the same thing that we wrote the same thing. Ugonjwa ambao unaambukizana, ugonjwa unaoambukizana. So that is how it is. Ugonjwa ambao unaambukizana. Magonjwa ambayo yanaambukizana. Magonjwa yanayoambukizana. Someone can write one sentence. Magonjwa ambayo yanaambukizana. Infectious diseases. This is not correct. Yes, magonjwa yanayoambukizana. You guys are so fast in typing. I'm slow. Magonjwa ambayo yanaambukizana or magonjwa yanayoambukizana. Magonjwa yanayoambukizana or magonjwa yanayoambukizana. Magonjwa ambayo yanaambukizana, magonjwa yanayoambukizana. So that is the uya noun class. It has ugonjwa and ugomvi. Ugonjwa, magonjwa. Ugomvi, magomvi. Why is it called an uya noun class? Because its singular is from the u noun class, its plural is from the liya noun class. Hence, uya. U singular, ya plural. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We have the ya noun class. Ya noun class contains liquids. Ya noun class contains liquids. Ya noun class contains liquids. So an example of a liquid, let's use maji. It contains liquids and things that cannot be separated, especially liquid things that cannot be separated, or some little things that are together to form one thing. Okay, so I think molecules that form one thing, something like that. Yeah. Now if you want to know more about them, go check the recent video on the Swahili noun classes. We talked about those ones, the uya, ya, uzi, ii, the four which are mostly disregarded when teachers teach to people the Swahili as a foreign language. They teach them the main six because those are the ones that are mostly used, and obviously most of the learners want things that are mostly used, but you should know all of them. It is good when you know all of them. So the yaya noun class, let's use an example of maji, water. Maji is water. Let's form a sentence with maji. I have not told you the prefix that is used. It uses yo. Only one, because the nouns in this class are in plural. The nouns, like you can't put, like, it is not identified how you can put water in singular in Swahili. I think in English you can say waters. I'm not sure, but in Swahili you cannot say that. You'll only say maji. So they use the o. So let's write an example. I write in singular and someone help me write in plural. So maji ambayo yamemwagika. Maji ambayo yamemwagika. Water that has been spilled. No, I'm avoiding the word me. The tense me. Maji ambayo yalimwagika. And maji yaliyomwagika. Maji ambayo yamemwagika, maji yaliyomwagika. Water that was spilled. Maji ambayo yalimwagika, maji ambayo yalimwagika, maji yaliyomwagika. Maji ambayo yalimwagika, maji yaliyomwagika. Let me write for you the plural. No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the plural, and this noun is in plural itself, so it only uses yo. It doesn't have any other infix or suffix that it uses. So it only uses yo. Yes, plural is exactly the same, because this noun is in plural. This noun, like maji, mafuta, mafuta is oil. Mafuta is oil, by the way. Mafuta is oil. So that is it with the yaya noun class. Na kama una swali uliza. And if you don't know why I am avoiding the me tense, wingi ni huo nadhani. Ndio, wingi ni huo. Wingi ni huo. So if you don't know why I'm avoiding the me tense, this is why. It is because the me tense does not use the infix, the relative clause infix. For example, the yo, the ye, vyo, the me tense does not use that one. It only uses amba. So that's why I'm avoiding that tense. So we move to the uzi noun class. And then the last one will be the ii noun class. These are the 4 noun classes that we talked in the last video that are not talked about so much, because they are under the uu noun class, and the uu noun class is one of the main noun classes in Swahili. But the difference is all the other 5 noun classes are on their own, but the uu noun class has some other 4 categories in it, and they are not talked about so much. So make sure you watch that video so that you can know what other people know and you don't know. Okay, let's go to the uzi. Ninajua uzi na nyuzi. Ndiyo, uzi na nyuzi. Ndiyo, uko sawa. Uko sawa. I'm laughing because the uzi is like the uzi noun class itself. Uzi. Say the uzi, by the way, is a thread. Uzi it's a thread for knitting. Uzi is a thread. So I'm laughing because of the uzi and uzi. Umoja Africa said it at the exact time I was talking about the uzi noun class, so that's why I find it funny. Okay, so let's continue. Uzi. The uzi noun class. So the uzi noun class uses o in singular and zo in plural. O in singular and zo in plural. Uzi uses o in singular and zo plural. Mtu tupatie mfano mmoja katika ngeli ya uzi. Someone to give us one example in the uzi noun class. Uzi noun class. An example in the uzi noun class. Uzi noun class, it starts with u. U. It is under the uu noun class. It starts with u. Its singular is u, its plural z. Singular is u, its plural z. It is under the uu noun class. It is under the uu noun class. Someone to give us an example. Or let me give you the example. Maybe you will remember. Ubao. Ubao. A board. Ubao, a board. Ubao, board. A board for writing. A board for writing, the whiteboard or the blackboard. The one that teaches. Uzi, uzi umeanguka. Nyuzi zimeanguka. Uzi umeanguka, nyuzi zimeanguka. Vizuri sana, Umoja Afrika. Uzi umea. Hapana, Umoja Afrika. Tumesema, we have said, wakati wa me, the me, which is the present perfect tense, does not use the infix, the relative infix. Does not use the relative infix. You can say uzi umeo anguka. You will say uzi ambao umeanguka. The me tense only uses amba. It does not use the relative clause infix. It does not use the relative clause infix. It only uses amba. Please correct yourself on that. Please correct yourself on that. It only uses amba. It does not use the relative clause infix. Uzi ambao umeanguka, and not uzi umeo anguka. That one is wrong. Uzi umeo anguka is wrong. Only use uzi ambao umeanguka. You're using me tense. The me tense. So you should be careful. You should be careful with the amba and the infix. You should be careful with the amba and the infix. That's why I'm advising you guys to use amba. Use amba instead of the infix. Use the infix only when you are sure, because amba can be used anywhere. Amba can be used anywhere. But the infix, it is delicate. Yes, nyuzi ambazo zimeanguka. Very good. Very nice. Very nice. So an example of the uzi noun class, we have ubao. Ubao and or let's use the example that Umoja Africa has given us. Uzi ambao umeanguka. Uzi ambao umeanguka. So the mere tense does not use the infix. The mere tense does not use the infix. So let's use the past. Uzi ambao ulianguka. Uzi ambao ulianguka. A thread that fell down. Uzi ambao ulianguka. Uzi ambao ulianguka. A thread that fell. Uzi ambao ulianguka. Uzi ulioanguka. Uzi ulioanguka. Uzi ambao ulianguka and uzi ulioanguka are the same. Uzi ambao ulianguka and uzi ulioanguka are the same. What about the plural? Nyuzi ambazo. Nyuzi ambazo zilianguka and nyuzi zilizoanguka. Nyuzi ambazo zilianguka. Nyuzi ambazo zilianguka. Nyuzi zilizoanguka. Threads that fell down. Threads that fell down. Nyuzi ambazo zilianguka. Nyuzi zilizoanguka. Nyuzi ambazo zilianguka. Nyuzi zilizoanguka. So it is that simple. That simple. That simple. Kama una swali lolote uliza. Kama una swali lolote uliza tafadhali. And then we have the I, which we'll call the EE noun class. In English is the II noun class. There is no noun class in English. So it is the II noun class, the EE noun class, EE noun class, EE noun class, EE noun class. It only, so because EE, it only uses the same prefix. It uses the same prefix because nouns in this class are considered to be in plural. Nouns in this class are considered to be in plural. So it only uses yo. It only uses yo. Nouns in this class are considered to be in there. So it uses yo. Yo. This class uses yo. This class uses yo. For example, an example in this class, a noun example in this class, we have chai. Chai, which is tea. Chai, which is tea. Chai, tea. Chai is in the EE noun class. Chai is in the EE noun class. Chai is tea. Let's put an example. Chai ambayo imemwagika. No, I don't want to use the mere tense. Chai ambayo ilimwagika. Chai ambayo ilimwagika. And chai iliyomwagika. Chai ambayo ilimwagika. Chai iliyomwagika. Chai ambayo ilimwagika. Chai iliyomwagika. Chai ambayo ilimwagika. Chai iliyomwagika. The tea that was spilled. The tea that was spilled. Chai ambayo ilimwagika. Chai iliyomwagika. The tea that was spilled. So it only uses the yo. The yo. Nouns in this noun class are considered to only be in plural. Nouns in this noun class are only considered to be in plural. T, it only uses yo. It only uses yo. Chai ambayo ilimwagika. Chai iliyomwagika. So that is all. I have given all the 10 noun classes. Make sure that you have all the prefixes and the suffixes used. The prefixes used are also the suffixes used. They are used as the infixes, I mean, not prefixes. The infixes used are also the suffixes used. They are the same. They are used as suffixes when you use amba, and they are used as infixes when you put them between a phrase, between a time infix and a verb. So that's where they are called infixes, but they are called suffixes when you use amba. They are called suffixes when you use amba. So that is all. Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you so much. Glib Jabba. I have always struggled to pronounce this name because it has J's, J's, G. I think that's why. Glib Jabba. Right now I'm good with pronouncing the name. So hakikisha una vitu vyote, umeandika kila kitu. Make sure you have everything. You have written all the infixes, and I have said the infixes are the same that are used as suffixes. The infixes are the same used as suffixes. The infixes are the same used as suffixes. So make sure you have written the infixes or the suffixes. Make sure you have written all of them. We have gone through all the 10 noun classes. We have gone through all the 10 noun classes. We have 6 main noun classes, and we have other 4 that are under UU noun class. UU is a main noun class, but it has some sub noun classes. So that's why I'm teaching you 10, but you will usually be taught 6 or 7, because they also add the UZ noun class, because it somehow looks alike like the easy noun class, so they add the UZ noun class, but others do not add. They only teach 6. But I have given you the 10. I hope you will benefit. You say the infix goes between the term and the verb, but what if there is an option, an object infix in the word? Can you give a couple of examples? Okay, an object infix. For example, let's use an object infix for the our noun class. Mtoto ambaye anacheza, mtoto anayecheza, mtoto ambaye anacheza, mtoto ambaye anacheza, mtoto anayecheza. The child who is playing. No, I need to omit the noun mtoto. Mtoto ambaye anacheza, anayecheza. Anayecheza ni mtoto, anayecheza. What is the prefix for the our noun class? The object infix for the our noun class. Or let's go to the lia noun class. We have gari. Gari lililobingirika. Gari lililobingirika. Gari lililobingirika ni langu. Bingirika is to roll. Kubingirika. Kubingirika is to roll. Kubingirika is to roll. So when I say gari lililobingirika, is a vehicle that rolled. A vehicle that rolled. So let's remove the word gari. Let's remove the word gari. Gari lililo bingi. Gari lili bingirika. Gari lililo. By the way, the lia object infix is also low. For example, gari lili bingirika, a vehicle rolled, and lililo bingirika, something that rolled. In the lia noun class, lililo bingirika, something that rolled. Lililo bingirika. I think Daniel, please give us an example with an object infix. Give us an example. Like we were talking about a house, nyumba ambayo inajengwa, inayojengwa. inayojengwa, nyumba inayojengwa. Daniel, please give us an example so that we can work with that. Kubingirika is to roll. Daniel has some interesting questions that makes our minds go high. Gari ambalo, okay, let's see. Gari ambalo nilikununulia. The car which I bought you. Who is the object? Oh, gari ambalo nilikununulia. Gari ambalo nililo. Gari nililokununulia. Gari nililokununulia. So it will go before the tense. So just know the infix always comes after the tense. The infix always comes after the tense. After the tense, whether we have an object infix or whatever infix that follows. But if it is a tense and a verb, no, it comes between a tense and the verb. But just know it always comes after the tense. Like here it will be gari ambalo nilikununulia. It will be gari, it will be ambalo, gari nililokununulia. Gari nililokununulia. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Dan. So it will be gari nililokununulia. Gari nililokununulia. The infix always comes after the tense. That's all. That's all. And the may tense doesn't take infixes. The may tense doesn't take the relative clause infixes. It doesn't. The may tense doesn't take the relative clause infixes. You can bring over any questions. Yeah, gari nililokununulia. Gari nililokununulia. You can see how that phrase is so long. Gari nililokununulia. Yes, very correct. Gari nililokununulia. The vehicle that I bought for you. The vehicle that I bought for you. Gari nililokununulia. Any other questions? Any other questions? And suggestions for our next live. If we are going to have a next live, I will notify you early. And that will be on Friday. I will notify you. Tafadhali ulizeni maswali mlionayo. Please ask questions that you have. Na mpendekeze, na mnaweza kupendekeza mada ya live ijayo, and you can recommend the topic for our next live. Mnaweza kupendekeza. The measure, oh, I forgot to check. I'm so sorry, Umoja Africa. Sikuwa nimeona, ndio naona sahi. I'm just seeing it right now. And measure tense takes relative infixes. No, because it has the may tense. It does not. It doesn't. You'll say gari ambalo limeshabingirika. Gari ambalo limeshabingirika. A vehicle that has already rolled. A vehicle that has already rolled. So measure tense that does not use amba. It does not. First, the first red flag is because it has the may. It has the may. So just, it doesn't take. Also, the future tense does the weird thing when you need to add ka between the ta and the relative clause infix. Just also to make a note of that because it may be confusing to beginners. Thank you so much for that note. Thank you so much, Daniel. Asante sana. Umoja Afrika, karibu. Asante sana kwa kujiunga. Asante sana kwa kujiunga. Asante sana kwa kujiunga. As you think about more questions and the topic that will, any topic, by the way, would you like a topic for the Swahili possessives, the infixes used, I mean the prefixes used for the possessives, we do the Swahili possessives maybe. If you would like that topic, please comment so that I can go and start writing the notes. And as you think about that, I was talking about I opened a website. I was talking about that earlier. It is called Buy Me a Coffee. It is a website that if you see that the content creator that you are dealing with creates good content or something that you are learning from, you can buy them a coffee. By buying them a coffee is that, yes, possessives will be a good topic. Thank you so much. I will create a video on that. So if you see the content creator is creating something that you like, you can buy them a coffee. By that I mean you can donate to them any amount of money, start beginning from $1 to any amount of money that you want. So you can go and buy from me. You can go and buy me a coffee, and I will be thankful. I will be so much thankful. The link is in the description box below, by the way. Ndio, possessives will be a cool topic. I'm writing that today before I sleep, or if I won't manage to write that before I sleep because of the timestamps for this video, I will write that tomorrow morning. I will make sure I write. I will make sure I write them tomorrow morning. Nitahakikisha ninaandika kesho asubuhi au leo usiku, because I usually sleep early. Mimi hulala mapema kwa sababu mimi pia huamka mapema. I usually sleep early because I also wake up early. I can sleep even at 7, but the latest I sleep at 10. I sleep at 10, but my usual time to sleep is 8:30 to 9. 8:30 to 9, but sometimes I sleep at 7, sometimes I sleep at 10, because I need to wake up early. I usually wake up at 3 or at 4, so that's why I sleep early. Mimi hulala mapema na mimi huamka mapema, so that is how I am. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Any question that you have, you can comment your question. The next live will be on possessives, so come prepared. The next live will be on possessives, so come prepared. I will write all those notes on possessives, and I will explain to you each noun class. I have told you about 10 noun classes, the 6 main and the 4 the sub branches of the noun class. So I write all the 10. Be prepared with a notebook and a pen to write notes, because you are going to have a lot of things to write. Welcome Daniel, welcome, and thank you for joining this live. Asante sana. Sina maswali. Vizuri sana. Ni vizuri kama una maswali, kwa sababu inamaanisha umeelewa. Ni vizuri kama hauna maswali, kwa sababu inamaanisha umeelewa. Pia naona Daniel ameelewa, na natumai pia nyinyi wengine mmeelewa. Natumai pia nyinyi wengine mmeelewa. It is very pleasing when you give some knowledge to people and they understand. It is very pleasing when you share knowledge with other people and they understand you, because it is not easy for you to share knowledge and other people to understand you. So it is very fulfilling when someone else understands. So hey, how did the school internship go this morning? Also, it went. Thank you so much for asking, by the way. I'm even still wearing the clothes I went with for the interview. So the interview went well, and God willing, I will be starting the internship on Monday. I will be going to work from Monday. So I'm sure this Friday we will have a live, but I'm not sure about the weekdays now. Maybe we'll be having on Saturday, and then on Sunday we go for our. We'll be having on Saturday evening, and then on Sunday we go for our Discord talks for the pronunciations and those blah blah blah. So I'm very annoyed at some point, because we will not be having the 3 lives in a week. Maybe we'll be having 1 or none, because I will have to focus on that, because it is schoolwork, and I will be graded on that, so I need to put all my effort there. And I really thank all of you guys for supporting me and encouraging me on this. I did well on the interview, and they told me I should go on Monday, so I will be going on Monday for my first day on the internship. So thank you so much, guys, and I hope I will do my best. I hope I'm going to get good grades, which will not insinuate that I'm focusing on some other things. I know I can multitask, but I need to multitask, making sure that those 2 things are in range, not one thing being higher than the other or one thing being lower than the other. I will miss these lives, I love them, but you must do what is needed for your future success. Yes, but we might be having lives on Saturday. Because the Sunday will be dedicated for our Discord. For you guys to learn the pronunciation. By the way, if you don't know about our Discord, or if you haven't joined, check the link in the description box below and join. We read paragraphs on Sunday. We just started last weekend. We just started a Sunday, so we read a paragraph, and we checked on our pronunciation and which verbs you didn't know in that paragraph, and it was cool. So if you would want something like that, and it's on a weekend, 5 p.m. East African time, you can join. You are so very much welcomed. Thank you so much, guys. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki. So I will now make the timestamps. For this video, as I see what I'm going to do next. I wish you a very nice day. Daniel, is it morning, right? Is it morning where you are? If it is a morning, I wish you a great day. May you have a great day. And if it's an evening, have a great dinner and enjoy your sleep. Have a good night. Okay? And bye. Thank you so much for learning from Swahili Kingdom. And thank you so much for the support. It is overwhelming. Yes, ni asubuhi huku. Okay, thank you so much. Until next time, bye. We might meet on Friday. I will notify you, and we will talk about the possessives. Okay, bye. Thank you so much, guys.